What's up, guys? I'm Connor Lade. We're here at the Oculus at World Trade, and I am joined by young stud homegrown midfielder for the New York Red Bulls, Daniel Edelman.
That's in! Daniel Edelman, his first goal in MLS!
Are you nervous? Are you ready?
No,
What's going
I'm
through your
excited.
head?
I'm excited, and let's dive right into all these questions, man.
All right, let's go.
Let's
you guys want to come along?
Come on,
let's go.
Let's do it.
All right, guys, we are here at Exchange Place in beautiful Jersey City, and I have to tell you, before we dig into your backstory, I need to figure out how was that train experience. Naturally, it's probably comfortable for you when you sit down on a seat at the train, and there's a poster behind you with you just celebrating. That's got to be a comforting experience.
Yeah.
You're like, no, what? I'm at home here.
Yeah, no, it felt nice looking up and seeing my face with my boys celebrating. So no, that's super cool to see a poster like that on the train.
Love that, love it.
Yeah.
So let's get into you, your backstory. So tell us a little bit, obviously growing up, Warren, New Jersey, you know, born and bred.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about your youth experience there, your family, and how you got into soccer.
Yeah, I mean, grew up in Warren Township. Dad played soccer at University of Loyola, Maryland. He's a forward, so don't really have any of those aspects in me nowadays.
Well,
but
you never know. You're very young career still.
Yeah, it could pop up. And then my mom played basketball at Loyola, Maryland too. She's inducted into the Naismith Hall of Fame for basketball. She had the most points for Loyola, Maryland for the women's. So come from an athletic family. But yeah, I started out playing for my Watchung Hills travel team. Dad was on the coaching staff, helping out. He really got me into it. My uncle had played in college too, and then my grandfather took me to all the games at Red Bull Arena, watching you play, and Henri and everyone, Sean Davis. But yeah, that's where I started, like 8, 9 years old, playing for my town team. And then I made the jump to PDA. I started at U9 and went all the way up to U19 with that team.
That's awesome. So obviously, very, very athletic family, I think is an understatement. Did you play any other sports? I know your mom being a basketball player. Did you play basketball growing up as well?
Yeah, I played basketball up until freshman year in 9th grade. She was my coach. I started travel in 4th grade to up until 8th grade. Okay. She was the head coach, and that was the best time with her, spending moments like that on the court with her.
Obviously, you joined PDA, a big club. What was that like?
That year, we played Red Bulls quite a bit, and we gave it to him a little bit.
Okay.
Got some big victories against quality opponent. Yeah, that was an enjoyable year. And yeah, then I started playing with the U17s and the U19s. On the U17 and the U19 years, I was playing up, so it was a lot for me to learn in both those seasons that I had. I think they really helped me realize, hey, this is what I want to do. I really want to get after this.
Talk about playing up levels, and you hear a lot of young players, you know, when especially the coaches around them, they realize they have something, they want to push them to do, you know, play at a higher level. So for you, what things did you take from those experiences that helped you become the player you are today?
Yeah, I think obviously playing up, even U17 year, I wasn't the biggest guy. Skinny, small, and...
I feel you there.
Yeah.
I feel you.
So, you know, you just got to be obviously quicker in the brain and know what you're going to do with the ball way before you get it. And that's something that's helped me, you know, to this day. Yeah, if I can't rely on, you know, strength and size, I've still got to figure out ways, and I'm not going to back down from anything like that.
Did you always dream of becoming a professional soccer player?
Yeah, it's been a dream of mine ever since, you know, I could even imagine it.
Yeah.
Behind my middle school, the rec fields, you know, that's really where it all started, playing with my friends. And you know, they to this day, they're like, I remember playing with you on the behind our middle school on the grass fields. Like, it's just crazy what you've done. And, no, it's just super cool and special that, you know, their support and hearing from them.
Yeah. Switching from PDA, going to the academy, I mean, was there initially your thoughts on doing that? I know it provides a good roadmap for you, but before doing that, how was it kind of perceived by you, your teammates? I think it can be a hard thing.
Yeah, no, it was definitely a tough decision. I mean, a decision that I knew I was going to make, but definitely still challenging, because these are my brothers that I grew up with all these years, 10+ years, and you know, they definitely understood the decision. They respected it, that this was time for me to move on and try and make something out of it. So super appreciative of those guys and the relationships I built at the PDA. But yeah, now we're on to bigger and better things here.
There you go. So we're gonna hop back on the train if you're okay with that.
I mean, I'm gonna be okay this time.
Yeah, you'll be all right. You got the nerves out of the way.
Have you with me?
Listen, I'll sit next to you. We'll talk about it together. You can close your eyes and just think about, home.
Yeah.
Click your heels and we'll be at the next stop, all right?
Sounds good to me.
All right, you ready to go? Let's go.
Let's go.
We're here at the second stop on Daniel Edelman's path to Harrison. We're here at Grove Street.
Yeah.
So we were gonna talk about that transition from PDA to the New York Rebel Academy. I think you built a bridge between the two clubs. I think it can be the Daniel Edelman Academy affiliation program there, but
sure, yeah.
There's actually a nice relationship now between New York
Yeah.
Rebels and PDA, which maybe opens the door for many other players. So a bit of a trendsetter for yourself. But then you move into 2020.
Yeah.
You go, again, another GA Cup. Tell us about that experience.
Yeah, we beat New England. We had beaten Real Salt Lake in PKs, and then we had to beat Philly, whether that was either winning on PKs or just winning the game. And we ended up winning in PKs. That game was incredible. We went crazy, and no, it was super special to qualify and be one of the groups. Now looking, obviously didn't really get there because of COVID, but the teams that we were going to play, that would have been super cool. But I mean, just the qualification process to get there was really special.
And to be a big part of it and score a massive PK, that's gotta feel good as well.
No, it certainly felt great to be a part of it and get the win. Yeah.
That's awesome. And so, obviously, you're being recognized. You're getting a lot of looks with, not only people talking about Red Bull 2, but you get invited to the preseason with the first team.
Yeah.
Tell us about when you got that message and kind of how you felt.
Honestly, I was super excited, and I admit, I was definitely nervous. I mean, getting a call with the first team, this is the real deal. This is a huge step for me, going from playing with people my age in the academy to now playing with older men and guys who have been around the game longer than I have and who know what the league is about. I use that experience and that preseason as a gateway to try and provide my best performances for Red Bull 2.
So all the success that you're having, getting invited to preseason with the first team, getting good experience with the second team, 2021 had to have felt like a big year for you personally. What was your mentality going into 2021?
Yeah, I think right off the bat, I had known that it was going to be a younger team, and it was going to require a lot of me and some of the older guys, because we didn't have a ton of veterans to really take on a bigger leadership role and sort of bond, get the chemistry in the team really together. In all the games that I played, I think individually I did really well, and I found new solutions to problems on the field and was able to help the team adjust and see what we could do. I mean, obviously the team didn't have the best of years. We didn't have, like I said, a ton of veterans and guys who had the experience, but individually for me, I think I was able to help the team and really grow and try and help the academy players out and that were with us. And take an example like Sam Williams, someone who's similar to my position, similar play style, brought him under my wing and really got to get along well.
That's awesome, and I think that's you get to share some of that experience that you got with, say, a Sean Davis. That's how some of these young players coming up and through the organization, they're looking at you in that way.
Thankfully enough, at the end of the season, I actually got to wear the captain's armband a few times in those matches. And again, we're going up again. These are good teams. Tampa Bay Rowdies, Charlotte Independence. They got some good players on the team. So I think playing in those matches and wearing the armband and also knowing that I'm sort of a role model for these younger academy guys that we have on the squad and on the bench, it's a big responsibility and something that I enjoy and I love. I live for those moments and the pressure moments. That's something that I'm all about.
So where does that mentality come from? Is it developed? Is it something that you work on? Or is it something that just comes natural? Yeah,
I think it definitely just comes naturally. I think being a smaller guy, I've always had a sort of chip on my shoulder and sort of just this edge and this bite that, I'm not gonna let people walk over me. And yeah, I like to show that on the field, showing my aggressive side and sort of this tenacity and violent Daniel Edelman that's gonna get stuck in and be all over the field and cover the ground. That's something that I pride myself on and trying to show a presence on the field and making others think this guy's not here to mess around and he's gonna get into it. So I think, that's just a huge part of my game that I want to continue to keep working on and being consistent with it, but definitely something that, I love.
And I want to finish with you just, some big moments in 2021.
Yeah.
Obviously, I know it's a talking point during the year. It's like, is Daniel Edelman going to score? You putting yourself in some good opportunities. You had an assist on the year. But not only the goal against Loudon, I think was the most impressive part, might have been the celebration as well. So take us through the first professional goal.
Yeah.
And maybe the inspiration around the celly after.
No, for sure. I think it was super exciting to cap off the year with a goal. And of course, we got the 3 points to end out the year. And no, I was super elated that I could do that with the team and the guys around me. I think Jake LaCava was with me. He was probably one of my best bros on the squad throughout the year. So, sharing that win with him on the field was super cool. And then, yeah, we put it bottom left to the goal. Yeah, a pressing type goal.
Yep.
Stepping in, winning the ball, and then I'm not too big on celebrations. I usually stick to a casual, when I do score, like a fist bump, but I did something a little different. I was like, you know what, why not? Let's have a little fun, end of the year. So, you want me to show you right now?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I'm not going to say no.
Back up, get it, watch out, watch out. So it was like, obviously, I was running, did a little like loopy, and then I pulled one of these. I pulled a... Had to have a little fun to end out the year.
That's amazing.
Yeah, no, it was cool.
I'm sure that's got to be the best part. You saw the reception, everyone coming, they're so happy for you. Obviously, you put a lot of dirty work in on the field, and so it's nice to see you rewarded with a moment like that.
Oh, for sure.
That's cool. And I'm not going to try to attempt that either.
No, I don't think you could.
No, I couldn't. You're right. Let's hop on the path. Let's go home to Harrison, and we'll talk about you joining the first team.
Let's hit it, dude.
Let's go. We are here at Red Bull Arena, the final stop on Daniel Edelman's path to Harrison. Now, you've been watching games in here since you've been a little kid, dreaming of being on the field. You're finally on the field. What's one word that comes to mind when you think of Red Bull Arena?
Passion, 100%. When you walk into this arena, you can feel everything right away, and what the fans bring, what all the players are willing to do on that field. Everyone's bought in. It's that all-in mentality, and everyone's got a passion for this beautiful game, especially playing on this field. Everyone's going to give everything.
Love it. Now, I know we talked about your journey from Red Bull to training with the first team. It was in the cards that you were going to sign a homegrown deal. It's just a matter of when. End of 2021, it's announced that you have signed a homegrown contract with the New York Red Bulls. What's going through your head when they told you the news, and how did you yourself and your family react?
Honestly, I was over the moon, super excited and blessed to this is like the first stepping stone of my dream, and absolutely celebrated off the walls. It was an awesome feeling to sign for my hometown club, being in the area of Warren Township and coming to these games as a young kid, and now that I'm signing for them, it's an unbelievable feeling and a moment that I'll never forget, and something that will stick with me forever. It's so special.
And when you finally put pen to paper, who was with you? What do you remember about that experience of actually signing that contract?
Yeah, mom and dad, both by my sides, support me through it all, through the thick and thin. Always want what's best for me and look out for me and what my best interest is at heart. And then my brothers right by my side, always finding ways to clown me or make fun of me. And no, in that moment, they were so super happy for me, and as an older brother to them, something that they can look up to and be like, it's pretty cool from the older bro.
That's amazing. What was the vibe around Warren Township? I'm sure there was a lot of love being shown your way.
Yeah, so much love and grace from everyone to be a figure in the town that's worked hard at something and really accomplished something great. And people know that there's still more to come.
A lot of hard work goes into it. You sign your homegrown contract, you go to preseason, and then the first game of the year rolls around. So after a long preseason, I know the grind that takes, and you don't know what's going on. You're in San Jose, your number gets called, you're gonna make your first team debut on the road in the first game of the year. What was going through your mind when you got that call?
Yeah, of course, feeling super excited that the manager trusts to put me in at the moment in the game. I think we were up 2-1.
Yep.
And come in, can I close the game out and shut it down? So yeah, I came on for Drew, gave me a high five, said good luck, go get him, and then running out, it was super cool feeling, looking around, seeing all the fans. But then once I'm on the field, it all went away, all the nerves. And I think just being in that moment with the guys around me that I've been practicing with helped me stay calm. And honestly, it's just play at the end of the day and don't worry about anything else.
It's awesome. And I think for you, obviously a massive moment for you and your family, and I'm sure your phone was blowing up after that match. Now, Daniel, you captained the U.S. U20 team to a championship in the CONCACAF U20 championship. Wearing the armband for your country, what was that like? The whole experience, just being there with the type of roster you assembled, but the way you went about winning that championship and, being a massive part of that as the captain, what was that like?
To wear the armband in a few of the matches, in the Canada match, Nicaragua match, it's just super special. And it's a sense of responsibility that I put on myself that, I gotta lead the team. I gotta make sure everyone's doing their job. Of course, making sure that I'm leading by example and doing my part, but making sure that the group's together and that everyone's contributing and doing their role so that we can get the win and get the results that we want. And to be able to do that, it was just so cool.
Finally, I just want to finish up for you.
Yeah.
Obviously, you mentioned that you're never satisfied and that you're always looking for the next step and how can I get better. Do you have any specific goals that you have for yourself right now that you're looking for, and whether that's this year and moving forward?
I mean, individually, of course, I want to continue to keep getting minutes for the first team and hopefully continue to start and just be ready whenever my number's called.
Well, I mean, I'm excited to see not only, you on the field, it's been an inspiration to those around you. You lead by example, like you said, but the leadership type role that you develop at such a young age is very impressive, so keep doing what you're doing. That was Daniel Edelman's path to Harrison. We appreciate you all out there watching with us here today. We got something really special planned for you next time. Make sure you come back and check it out.